Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, esteemed faculty, proud families, and most importantly, in my opinion, graduates. Both here with us in Malta and joining us remotely from all over the world. Good afternoon and welcome to the first ever graduation ceremony for OPIT, the Open Institute of Technology. My name is Ivan Martin. I am the communications partner for OPIT and I will be your Masters of Ceremonies today, guiding you through this afternoon's ceremony. I'm excited to be part of this today. We've been working on it for weeks now, and we've got a really interesting program lined up for you today, split into two halves. We're coming together today to celebrate the remarkable achievements of our graduates. Our graduates are led by the academic staff at OPIT, and we're holding a hybrid ceremony. So we're going to have graduates here who've joined us in Malta, Valletta del Casino Maltese, and also graduates and family who are joining us remotely from all over the globe. We'll see how that goes and how Zoom tricks us and trips me up today. I'm sure it's going to have some tricks up its sleeve. We also have with us some distinguished speakers who'll be speaking to us at the beginning of this afternoon's ceremony. I'm honored to be joined by OPIT's founder, Ricardo Oclepo, who is the visionary behind this institution. And we also have OPIT's rector with us, a distinguished academic leader and the former Minister of Education of Italy, Professor Francesco Profumo. Now I'd like to invite our first speaker onto the stage. We are lucky to have with us Ms. Roseanne Kushkiri. She is the CEO of the Malta Further Higher Education Authority. The stage is yours.
So, good afternoon. I feel to be very honored to be the first speaker in the first graduation ceremony. So I feel very honored. So it's really an honor to stand here at Open Institute of Technology graduation ceremony. As the CEO of the Malta Further and Higher Education Authority, I am pleased to join this occasion where dedicated professionals share their passion and ideas for shaping the future of higher education and, most importantly, supporting student success and well-being. Today we gather to celebrate a remarkable milestone, the graduation of 20 talented students from the MSc in Applied Data Science and Artificial Intelligence. This achievement is not only a reflection of your academic dedication, but also of your resilience, curiosity, and drive to push the boundaries of technology and innovation. At the heart of this celebration lies a profound recognition of the value of higher education and accredited qualifications. The MFHEA is steadfast in its mission to foster a quality-driven, inclusive, and dynamic higher education system in Malta. Our role is to ensure that institutions like OPIT uphold rigorous academic standards, promoting programs that are both relevant and forward-thinking. Quality assurance is not just a procedural requirement. It is a commitment to excellence, ensuring that every qualification earned holds real value, credibility, and global recognition. OPIT's dedication to academic integrity and innovation reflects this shared commitment. By aligning its programs with both national and international standards, OPIT empowers students with the knowledge, skills, and ethical foundations necessary to excel in their chosen fields. This focus on quality education ensures that graduates not only master their disciplines, but also develop the critical thinking and adaptability required to thrive in our ever-changing world. The significance of your accredited degrees cannot be overstated. An accredited qualification is much more than a certificate. It is a testament to the time, effort, and expertise you have invested in your studies. It signals to employers and the wider community that you have met the highest educational standards, equipping you with both theoretical insights and practical skills. It opens doors to global opportunities and serves as a foundation for continuous personal and professional growth. As we all know, the landscape of higher education is rapidly evolving. We are at a pivotal moment where the world is transforming. The fields of data science and AI are reshaping industries, advancing decision-making processes, and opening doors to solutions we once only imagined. With these advancements come both great opportunities and significant challenges, requiring us all to look ahead with vision and intention. It is vital that we continue fostering environments that empower innovation, support lifelong learning, and align skills with the needs of tomorrow's workforce. Your expertise in data science and AI will not only shape industries, but will also contribute to solving some of the world's most pressing issues. At OPIT, you have been taught more than just the practicalities of your discipline. You've learned how to think critically, act ethically, and adapt to the ever-changing realities of your profession. Remember, today's milestone is not the end of your education, but it is just a stepping stone in your lifelong journey of growth and learning. Stay curious, be courageous, and remain committed to pushing boundaries while staying true to your values. At MFHEA, we continue to encourage institutions to work closely with industries and leaders to create relevant, adaptive learning experiences. We must ensure students graduate with critical thinking, communication, and digital literacy skills, as well as with the emotional intelligence necessary to navigate a diverse and dynamic workforce. A word to the faculty and staff of OPIT. Your dedication to nurturing talent and excellence has laid the foundation for these bright individuals to thrive. Your commitment to academic rigor and mentorship ensures that our graduates are prepared to rise to any challenge and contribute meaningfully to their industries and communities. To the families and friends of our graduates, thank you for your support and encouragement, which have been essential to their success. Today, as they reach this important milestone, know that you have played a pivotal part in their journey, and for that, we are deeply grateful. And lastly, but definitely not least, your graduates, present here with us today, and those who joined online. Today marks both a completion and a beginning. The skills you have gained here, combined with your dedication and resilience, will serve as powerful tools for your future. As you embark on this next chapter, carry with you a commitment to learning, a dedication to ethics, and a determination to really make a difference. Congratulations once again on this achievement. We look forward to seeing how you shape the future of data science and AI. Thank you.
Mainek. Thank you, Ms. Kushkiri. For those of you not familiar with EA. As the regulator, it's thanks to that institution that OPIT got its license and stands up to the rigorous testing and standards that led to your degrees. OPIT was founded on the belief that education should be flexible, accessible, but also at the forefront of technological advancement and these new spheres of academia, these spheres that you guys have all studied in. With full EU new programs. And with us here to speak a little bit about that, now we have the rector, Professor Profumo. I invite him onto the stage to share a few words about our institution.
First of all, thank you for the invitation. Thank you to be in Malta today. It's a beautiful place and the weather is really something special. Then thank you. I hope that you can enjoy your stay in this country for a few days. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, estimated faculty, proud families, and most importantly, our graduates. It's a great honor and privilege to stand before you today as we celebrate a historic milestone, the first ever graduation ceremony of the Open Institute of Technology. Today, we recognize the achievements of our very first cohort of graduates who are not only receiving their Master of Science Applied, Data Science and AI, but are also stepping forward as pioneers in this field, ready to shape the future of technology. OPIT was founded with a clear and ambitious vision to create an institution that blends academic excellence with the flexibility and the innovation required in today's fast-evolving technological landscape. We recognize the need for a new model of higher education, one that is dynamic, accessible, and deeply connected to real-world challenges. With a full EU-wide accreditation, OPIT has designed programs that are not only academically rigorous, but also highly relevant to the demands of modern industries. Our curriculum is built on the principle that education should not be confined to the classroom, but should extend into the real world, bringing the gap between theory and practice. This is why OPIT emphasizes a hands-on, practice-oriented approach, ensuring that our graduates are not just knowledgeable, but also job-ready. A key element of our success lies in our faculty. With the 45 distinguished professors and industry experts from leading institutions around the world, including Tier 1 universities in the US, UK, Canada, Sweden, France, Germany, Italy, Brazil, Poland, Lebanon, and Spain, our students have had the unique opportunity to learn from some of the brightest minds in this field. Their expertise and dedication have been instrumental in shaping the academic journey of each graduate present today. The Master of Science in Applied Data Science and AI at OPIT is designed to address subjects that are in continuous evolution. This is why our faculty is composed not only of academics, but also of professionals working in leading public and private research centers, as well as top industry players in the field. These experts come from the countries that are investing the most in AI and data science, ensuring that our students are constantly exposed to cutting-edge development. As a result, they graduate fully prepared to enter a highly competitive job market, one that demands adaptability and expertise, but also offer immense opportunities and satisfaction. Another key strength of OPIT's approach is the balance between theory and practice. This combination enriches the academic experience and ensures that our students develop both deep analytical skills and the ability to apply their knowledge in practical scenarios. The thesis projects that our students have developed under the careful guidance of our faculty serve as valuable preview of what they will encounter in their professional careers. These projects, often inspired by real-world challenges, help bridge the transition from academia to the workforce, equipping graduates with hands-on experience that set them apart in the job market. Beyond the academic framework, OPIT is committed to fostering an inclusive and global learning environment. Our hybrid model brings together students from diverse backgrounds, experiences, and locations, creating a vibrant international community of learners. This diversity is one of our greatest strengths, as it enriches discussion, broadens perspectives, and cultivates a truly global approach to problem solving in data science and AI. Graduates, today marks the culmination of your hard work, resilience, and determination. You have embraced challenges, pushed boundaries, and honored your skills in one of the most exciting and impactful fields of our time. As you step into the next phase of your careers, remember that education does not end with graduation. The world of technology is ever-changing, and continuous learning will be key to your success. I encourage you to remain curious, adaptable, and innovative. You are now part of OPIT's legacy, the first of many cohorts that will go on to make meaningful contribution to the world. Whether you choose to advance research, develop groundbreaking AI solutions, or lead technological transformation in your organization, know that you carry with you the values of excellence of OPIT. Before I conclude, I wanted to extend my heartfelt gratitude to everyone who has made this journey possible. Our faculty, staff, and families who have supported these graduates every step of the way. To our graduates, congratulations. The future is yours to shape, and I have no doubt that you will do so with brilliance and purpose. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Profumo. Now we have joining us remotely Lorenzo Levi. He is the academic director at OPIT, and he'll be walking us through the program that our graduating class have just completed. Are we ready to connect?
Hello, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay. Good afternoon, and thank you for the introduction. I'm Lorenzo Levi, the academic director at OPIT. I would like to apologize for not being there physically. There is a strike going on in Italy. So first and foremost, I would like to thank the OPIT team and the Maltese authorities for the amazing job they have done. I learned a lot in the past 2 years from them. And then I would like to spend a few minutes talking about the program. But before doing that, I would like to congratulate the students for their achievements. So the program they have studied, it's a Master of Science in Applied Data Science and Artificial Intelligence. So this Master of Science offers a unique blend of skills covering managerial and technical aspects of modern data science and AI methodologies. When we designed the program with the team, we had a professional figure in mind that led the development of the program. And this professional figure I'm talking about is something we call the data consultant. So the data consultant is someone with skills to interface between management and technical departments of organizations. And we believe this is strongly needed professional figure in nowadays organization. The program seems to be appreciated by the students, and I'm sure it will be appreciated by the employers too. So, finally, I would like to spend a few minutes by saying that this program, yes, it's a Master of Science in Applied Data Science and AI, but part of the design was to make it accessible to a broad and general audience. So this was done in order to make AI understandable and accessible to the general society, not just to technical people. I believe this is a very important aspect of this program, and I hope many more students will join this program for different reasons. With this brief description, I would like to conclude, and I would like to thank again the OPIT team, the Maltese authorities, and of course extend my congratulations again to the graduates. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Lorenzo. Now the final speaker for this opening section of the graduation ceremony, we have with us Riccardo Cleppo. He's the founder of OPIT. He has a few words to share with our graduates. Riccardo.
Dear OPIT graduates, unlike Professor Profumo, this is a first for me, just like it is for OPIT. It is the first time I address an audience of graduates, and on a personal note, I couldn't be prouder of concluding the very first cycle of an ambitious endeavor that Professor Profumo and I started conceptualizing in 2022. When we launched OPIT in March 2023, we had a strong curriculum, a strong management team. We had excellent professors, an innovative value proposition,
and solid accreditation, of course. But we also had no established brand, no ranking to boost, no alumni you could ask advice to. So when I considered what to say today, I realized that more than about OPIT, more than about myself or anyone else, it's about you. You are our pioneers. You decided to choose content over an established brand. You believed in us, and for that, I want to thank you. I believe it was not an easy decision for you, as it was not easy for you to acquire complex technical skills in a totally new domain, like most of you did. And to make it even harder, many of you completed the master in applied data science and AI while working full-time, taking care of your families, and managing your passions and daily lives. I know, OPIT is demanding, but the world we live in today is demanding. It's changing so fast that ambition is not enough anymore. You need strong, in-depth skills in multiple domains. But you challenge yourself, you worked hard every day to be here today, and you've made it. So congratulations for that. I also want to congratulate those of you who have yet to complete the program, but will do so in the coming weeks or months. I believe that your unique blend of technical expertise in data science and AI combined with knowledge in other domains sets you apart. As many jobs are being commoditized today, the professionals of tomorrow will succeed by mastering and integrating skills across multiple domains. To conclude, I would like to quote the words of a wise person I met for the first time 20 years ago, who has always been a mentor to me. I'm talking about our rector, Professor Profumo. This quote is very simple, and it says, slowly, slowly. And that means that by putting the right brick on top of the previous one, with the right strategy, a strong passion, and without skipping the right steps, you can actually build something extremely meaningful and far-reaching. And in the end, what you will find out is that you've been much faster than you thought possible. So, my advice is, don't rush into things, be patient, but know where you're going, and results will come. And this is, by the way, the philosophy we're following with OPIT. Hard work, consistency, passion, and a clear direction. And rest assured that the strength of our brand, of your brand, will stand out on your CV. So congratulations again to the whole class of 2023.
Okay, you can stay on stage, actually. You can stay. Yes. Okay, now we have 6 more speeches, only joking, no. Now it's the moment you've been waiting for. We'll move on to the graduation ceremony. We have students who are here with us, graduates who are here with us in person, some who are joining us remotely. So I'm going to invite back onto the stage. Ricardo, I think, will join me on stage, right? You will join us. Right. So we'll be inviting graduates to join us up here on stage when I call you out, and we'll have a brief photo taken. So our first... Professor Profumo, that's right. Okay, so our first graduate is Manuel Calzolari. all here. The others. Okay. All right, next we have Viviane da Silva Dili. Flavio Bruno Franco. Yes, this one's joining us remotely.
Unfortunately, you are not here, but anyhow, I can just transfer by air.
Airdrop.
I hope that I can reach the right address. Congratulations, congratulations.
Joining us in person, we have Karina Hennifer as well. Irene Maria Musumeci. So, Michael is still out, right?
Good. What do you think about the course? It was difficult? Did you have just... Okay, I think we needed to do something like that.
Okay. It was. I'm agree with Riccardo because we do all slowly but fast because we have a lot of steps to reach very fast. But every step we do deeply, and for this I think it was a very good travel to learn what we like at the end, because we choose this because we like this field.
Congratulations.
Okay, joining us also remotely, we have Mark Pilon.
Okay.
I need to say something maybe here from here. Okay, I'm sorry. Mark, where you are today?
Today, I'm in Canada.
Okay, good. I'm sorry that you are not here. It's a beautiful day. It's a sunny day. Maybe next time you have to come just to enjoy Malta.
Yes. My intent was to come. However, with my schedule, I couldn't make it, unfortunately.
Okay. I'm sorry for this. Then I transfer to you by air. I hope that it can reach you.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Have a nice day.
Okay. Ciao.
And in person, we have Alberto Primerano.
You look great. It's not bad. You know, when you get to the... Oh, yeah, this is a page of...
So do I add these to the absentia? I add these to the absentia.
Do you want to say something about you, about what you are
Absentia.
doing, where you are now, what you look
And
for
Michael
the
now?
forward for the next?
For the
Yeah,
next.
that's- yeah.
Well, at the moment I'm working, as you know, as we were talking before, so I hope to use what I learned with OPIT to move to a next step in my career. That's what I aim, and hopefully use the thing I learned. We'll see.
Okay.
The future is ahead.
Do you have any recommendation for the OPIT of the future, what we can do better?
It's a hard question, but I think I liked the fact that we did the entire studying remotely, but I would recommend some kind of in person sometimes. I kind of like it to meet people in person, so it could be a good idea. Maybe I didn't have the chance to take seminars that I know you're organizing because of my schedule, but the more you do it, the better.
We were discussing today with a lady there, with the CEO, to have the possibility for the future to have a kind of workshop with the participation of people that are registered in the master or bachelor, and also with some other people from outside. I agree with you, and I'm pushing in this direction, because online is very flexible, very useful, but we need to keep a community. And the community can be really kept only if we have people that they stay together.
Yes.
Congratulations, and I hope you can enjoy the next. Thank you.
Okay, and joining us remotely.
You can do. Now you can move. Oh, great.
Joining us remotely next, we have Ahmad Salihu. No. So we'll move on to our next person joining us remotely. That should be Daniele Valentini.
Yes, it should be. Yes, in a second.
Daniele?
Daniele.
Hey.
Hi, how are you? Good. Where you are today? Where? In which place? I'm sorry. Okay. Where you are today? In which place you are? We cannot hear you. Maybe you are mute. We cannot hear you.
You are on mute.
Are you mute?
Now you can hear me?
Oh, excellent.
Okay, good. Okay. No, I was saying.
Yeah.
I was saying that I am from Italy, but now I am in Japan.
Japan.
For vacation. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Which part of Japan?
Miyajima, near Hiroshima.
Hiroshima, yes. Okay, good.
Yes.
Are you enjoying your trip to Japan?
Yes, yes. It's very beautiful. It's a fantastic trip. I suggest to you all to go at least one time in Japan.
It's a great place. I was teaching for 1 year in Nagasaki many years ago.
Ah, okay.
I had some experience there. It was really excellent. Then please enjoy your stay. In the meantime, I hope that your diploma can reach you also in Japan. You know, it's
Thank you.
The way is not easy, yeah?
Sorry?
No, they say, I'm joking. I'm saying that I want to send to you the diploma to Japan, but anyhow, we are going to send it to you home, yes. Okay.
No problem, no problem. I will take it in Italy when I'm back. No problem.
Okay, bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye, thank you. Thank you, Professor. Bye.
Okay, also joining us remotely, next we have Angelo Varlotta.
Angelo, buonasera.
Buonasera. Hello, everyone.
How are you? Fine?
Yeah, I'm fine. I just want to say hi to my classmates and friends here there in Malta and those who are following online.
Okay. Yes.
It's been a pleasure to study with you.
Yeah. Where you are now?
Right now, I'm not in Japan. I'm in Basilicata, southern Italy, in my hometown.
Okay. We are sorry that you are not with us today here, but maybe we can have a reunion of the graduates in sometimes in order just to keep together the community. If you like,
yeah, that would be great. Thank you.
Could be very good. Then I'm sending your diploma by here. I hope I can reach you anyhow. And I hope that you can enjoy
Marco.
this weekend
Okay.
with the final target
So we
that
do him
is
and then
the OPIT ceremony for the graduation. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Okay, I believe next we have Musa Yilmaz.
Hello, Musa. How are
Hello.
you?
I'm
Hello.
fine, thank you. And how are you?
Fine, and you? Where you are today?
I'm in Turkey, Istanbul.
Oh, Istanbul is beautiful. And the weather is good there?
Yeah, weather is nice today.
Okay. We really miss you in Malta. Malta is a beautiful day. It's sunny day, the temperature is excellent.
I would like to be there, but unfortunately, I
No,
cannot.
I understand. Then thank you for being there, and I'm going to send your diploma by here, and I hope to meet you soon with a kind of reunion that we can have with all the graduates from OPIT.
Thank you very much. I hope so.
Bye bye. Thank you.
Okay, also joining us remotely is Marco Lorenzi.
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
No.
Marco?
Hi.
Oh.
And this guy.
Where you are now?
I'm in my hometown in southern Lazio, Italy.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, we are sorry that you are not with us. Here is a beautiful place, great people here. Then maybe in the future we can meet in some kind of a reunion of graduates of OPIT. We can organize.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope
Today I'm sending by air, not physically, the diploma, and I hope that can reach you.
This is the last one.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. Bye, bye-bye.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. Have a nice day.
Okay, and I believe we have one final graduate joining us remotely. That's Ahmad Salihu.
Hello, Ahmad. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Where you are now? Which part of the world?
I'm currently in Abuja, in Nigeria.
Nigeria. Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
And what time is there now? How many hours?
I think it's the same time. It's 3:13. Yeah.
Then there is no difference. Okay. Did you visit already Italy?
Yes.
Did you visit already Italy or not?
No, I didn't visit Italy.
Not yet.
Yes, not yet.
We will try to organize a reunion of graduates from OPIT in some time from now. Are you happy with this?
Yes, I will be happy with that. We'll be delighted. Thank you.
Okay, good, good. Are you working already or you have been a full-time student?
I'm a full-time student.
Okay, good, good.
Yeah.
Very good. Have a very nice weekend, and we hope to meet you very, very soon. Okay,
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Bye, bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, now we do have some students who are graduating in absentia. They are Gianluca Bruno, Ward Franco, Elena Hemming, Michelle Moshelian, Miroslav Nikolic, and Dimitros Sigonas. Okay, that brings to a close the first part of our graduation ceremony. When we come back after a brief break, we'll be looking at the capstone projects that our graduates developed. We have an expert panel as well with us who will be weighing in, giving their insights on these projects, what they mean for their respective fields. But for now, we can have a quick break. All right, we'll be back in 45. Okay. All right, guys, welcome back to the second half. Just to recap, the first half was pretty interesting. We heard from our founder, our rector, the regulator as well, and this was our first ever graduation ceremony, and it was our first time doing it hybrid, with people here and joining us live remotely as well. Some hiccups, but I think so far pretty smooth. The second half, we're really going to put Zoom to the test, okay? So I'm expecting some actual hiccups this time. That's because now we're going to be hearing now we're going to be hearing from our actual students, right? From our graduates. We're going to be listening to the capstone projects. This is the sort of culmination of the entire master's degree that they undertook. We have students who are here in person, some joining us remotely, but we also have a panel of OPIT experts that will be giving their commentary as well, their insights on what these projects mean. This is, just to remind everyone, this is emerging fields of study and technology as well. So this is at the cutting edge, really. But before we get to that, we have two remote calls. First, we have Pierluigi Cassale, and he is a professor, and area chair in AI. And he's going to be setting the stage for these capstone project presentations. Pierluigi?
Hello, good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Hello, good afternoon, dear graduates. They are all present physically there and virtually all over the world, if I understand correctly. Well, I was actually asked to talk about your project, but actually I will not do that. I would like to talk about you, graduates. Let me start with a personal anecdote. When I was a student in electronics, I was studying electrical circuits, transistors, but I decided to take the exam in artificial intelligence at the time about logic, philosophy, and at the time I had to talk with professors, actually. And I entered in the room and I went to the first professor. The professor looked at me and actually said, "Are you from electronics? And what are you doing here?" So that moment stuck with me. And but it was not discouragement. It was actually the motivation. The motivation because at that moment, I realized that achieving dreams is not about fitting into boxes. It is actually breaking them. It is about curiosity. It is about daring to explore. And it's about proving that knowledge has no boundary. And looking at you today, so before, I saw the same courage and hunger for knowledge that drive dreams and true innovation. As your professor, and also for many of you as your thesis supervisor, I had the privilege of watching really your ideas take shape, to see your strengths and defend them, and seeing your confidence grow. Your journey has not only been about gaining technical knowledge, but actually it has been about embracing the change, adapting and actually expanding yourself into individuals capable of making an impact. You have learned that technology is not just about studying it, it's about tools, a bridge, a companion. You have used technology, data science, artificial intelligence, not only to solve your problems, but to reimagine what is possible, to challenge the status quo and to prepare yourself for a future that we are writing right now. And I will conclude now. I will leave the floor to you soon, but you are leaving today OPIT with a diploma, but you are also stepping into a world where you will be the agents of change. The skill and the perseverance that we have cultivated will shape the future of your industry and our society. So at this moment, actually, I don't feel only like a professor celebrating your achievement. I actually feel like a witness of the beginning of something extraordinary, something that will actually change the world. And this is the feeling that I hope you also will carry always with you. Congratulations, all the students and all the graduates.
Okay, we have one more person joining us by live link. Now we have our class representative. That's Francesca Fanciulli. Hi, Francesca.
Hi. Just give me a minute because I have a problem with my screen. I'm sorry. Just leave me 1 second. more.
Take your
Okay.
time.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Thank you. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Today, I'm standing here as the class representative of the first cohort to graduate at OPIT. I'm very flattered and honored to say a few words. Of course, in the previous speeches, much of what I wanted to say has already been shared, so I'll try to add some additional reflections. What I wanted to underline first as a student is about the people. One thing that made this journey special is the diverse and global environment that we shared. We studied remotely, we connected across countries, time zones, and professional backgrounds, and we built our community, which was very, very important. As already underlined, we faced probably some obstacles along the way. Many of us pursued this degree while managing careers, families, and other responsibilities. But luckily, the OPIT team was always by our side. So I just want to share a heartfelt thanks to the staff for giving us the possibility to enrich our life through learning, which is very important. And I will conclude soon. As the current and future graduate in data science and AI, we are really engaged in a field that holds immense power and must be handled in an informed way. Our time at OPIT equipped us with a lot of technical and business expertise, but also, and more importantly, with the awareness that technologies is ultimately about people, their impact and their responsibility. Whether we continue to work in our current fields or venture into new territories, let us treasure our acquired knowledge, be innovative, science-driven, and committed to making a positive difference in this complex world. So, congratulations to everyone who has already graduated, not me, for today. And a big in bocca al lupo, break a leg for everyone still waiting for this day. Thank you.
Okay, fantastic. Francesca will be graduating soon, in a couple of weeks. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the presentation of the capstone projects. First, I'd like to invite onto stage Viviana da Silva Dilli. She's going to be talking to us about, at the podium, she's going to be talking to us about building a chatbot, helping students find their next academic study program.
Hi. So, as he said, like the idea of the research was to build a chatbot or an AI agent to help students find their first or their next academic study program. So this research was actually a partnership with an education company which I work for, Duck City. So together we put it together. We put it into live, or we are going to put it into live soon. Basically, the motivation, it was okay. The AI revolution and ChatGPT recent popularization back in 2023, where ask to ChatGPT quotes become very common in our daily basis, which I believe that opens the floor to new online search patterns. So it's going to change, if it's not already changing, the way that people search things on internet, also the way that people learn on internet. So what is the problem that is behind the motivation? So what could I solve using this technology? Basically, at some point of our lives, every one of us already needed to choose what to study, where to study, in what format. And traditional ways like going to student fairs or searching it online are very common, were very common. So what is the solution? The solution is to bridge the motivation along with finding the possibilities of finding online in a different way information about academic programs. So what you are going to see is actually a prototype, if we could play it. Basically, the user or the student should input something like, I like mathematics, what can you recommend me, what can I study, where can I study? And the Copilot or the chatbot system provides the answer based on a database of academic programs information. Okay? just a bit technically, what happens is like the methodology that is behind it is retrieved augmented generation, which actually gives more context to a large language model. So it actually overcomes the results of a normal ChatGPT because it does not search online, but it retrieves information in a specific database, gives more context to the large language model, and then generates the output for the user. The results were actually good as far as we could test. The answers were very accurate and inside the context of the input. We did not identify hallucination, which is good since we are talking about education somehow. The future of it, the way I imagine is first thing, put it into live, as I said before. So the go live of the project. Of course, there is the challenge of continuously increase and update the database to make it relevant also in the future. And once it's live and it starts to get real user inputs, starts fine-tuning to make it even better, maybe exploring new technologies, frameworks. So I believe it was just the beginning of the project. Thank you. Obrigada.
Thank you, Viviana. Next, joining us via a video recording, we have Gianluca Brunno. And he is going to be talking to us about navigating the complexities of large language model evolution.
My research focused on evaluating different large language models to find the best fit for an edtech company's chatbot, designed to help students explore study opportunities. Now the challenge was finding the right balance between speed, accuracy, and efficiency. In order to do that, we created a dataset simulating real-world user queries and applied a structured evaluation process. First, we measured response speed and efficiency. Then we used an LLM as a judge to replicate human evaluation, assessing the quality, completeness, and coherence of the responses. A key trade-off emerged out of this research. Some models excelled in speed and cost effectiveness, while others delivered more detailed, accurate, and well-structured answers, highlighting the challenge of optimizing both performance and user experience.
Okay, and now we have one final in person before we move over to our panel of experts, and it's Manuel Calzolari.
So I'm actually quite bad with the remote controls, so I have just one slide actually. It's not this one. Okay, this one. Okay, so the layout is quite bad. Okay. So this project is about detecting personally identifiable information within text. So basically, in the modern world, let's say, we have increasingly stringent data protection regulations. And so it becomes quite important to be able to detect personal information such as names, surnames, birth dates, addresses, and so on about users. And you can try to do this in different ways, right? So, for example, you can try to use a modern, massive generative LLM, for example, Llama 3, DeepSeek, or ChatGPT, or others. But we have some problems here. The first problem is that since you are dealing with sensitive data, maybe you don't really want to submit them to OpenAI or Anthropic or other companies. So maybe you want to try to run it locally. However, running those models locally can be prohibitively expensive from a computational point of view because those models are quite large and quite computationally intensive. So what we are doing is, what I did was to basically train a more lightweight model to detect PII, but we used more bigger, massive LLMs to generate synthetic data to be able to train those models. So basically, we took into consideration different languages, domains, styles, entities, and we prepared prompts to instruct a large language model to generate a synthetic data set, for example, simulating medical records with personal names, surnames, and so on. So I generated about 30,000 rows of text, and we used that, and I used that data set to fine-tune a more lightweight PII detection model. And I would say results were pretty competitive. So I had better results than, for example, using Microsoft Presidio or other models that are made to deal with PII. And so in the end, we got an enhanced privacy protection. We could improve, for example, regulatory compliance by using those models. And we could also increase operational efficiency, since running, for example, this model, which is a more lightweight model, is more computational efficient than running a massive LLM. Think, for example, about data that maybe could have a bank. So if you have millions of rows about customers and so on, maybe running a massive LLM is not the best idea. So by using this more lightweight model with synthetically generated data, we can be more operationally efficient and still have good results. Thank you.
Okay, so with us we have two familiar faces for you. We have our rector, and we also have Professor Alexei Dinglia. He's a professor of artificial intelligence. First question for you, I guess, Alexei. The first capstone project that was presented here by Viviana, building a chatbot to help students identify their career path. I was interested in how she focused on, rather than searching the entire web, a more specific database. What do you think about this application in this format?
Okay, so hi everyone. It's a pleasure to be here with you, and congratulations again. So to answer your query, I think one of the things that struck me from these three projects is that they all use the LLMs, the large language models. In particular, the first one, it's interesting because it goes beyond the search aspect. So really and truly, it's not a search, but it's more moving towards the question answering part of the system. So you ask a specific question and you get a very specific answer based upon that question. And the interesting part is that, you know, it has a lot of potential. Because, I mean, probably she started last year, no? I would imagine, working on it. But also this year, there are very big advancements going on. And she also mentioned it slightly, the idea of agentic AI, which it's very popular this year. I think it will be the word of the year, agentic. But it's true, it's where, you know, AI is going. So I think through the first project, she was setting the foundation stones for something much bigger. Because whereas she had to give the query to the system, in a couple of months' time, we'll have agents that are virtual replicas or copy of ourselves that practically have the same features or desires or whatever, and they would go and do the searches actually for us, or rather speak with other agents, get the information, and then propose to us potential waypoints. And I think this is the nice thing about these capstone projects, because, you know, they're not stuck in the past, but they're heavily grounded in the present, but they're looking at the future. And I think that is what struck me most, not just from the first project, but also from the other two projects.
Professor Profumo, what do you think about, in the last presentation, for instance, we spoke about something that I think the general public is quite concerned and interested in. It's personal data privacy and the intersection between LLMs and that issue. What do you think about that?
Yeah, do you know, this big improvement of AI is just very new in the sense that we started 2 years ago, something more, but not too much. And what we expect from the future is something that we don't know yet, but we are sure that for the PII will be for sure something that is till now unexpected. Then what we needed to combine is, in one side, the improvement of the AI in terms not only the algorithm, but also the procedure, the agents, for example, is something that was almost unexpected until 2 years ago. But in the meantime, we needed to have some kind of a regulation. And the rules, you know that for now, are quite difficult in the sense that, for example, China and the US, they don't like to do this because they say that in some way they restrict the capability to improve the quality of the AI. In the other side, Europe, in some way, has a great privilege on the regulation. Then I have the feeling that we are in some kind of initial point. I like to say that we are at the 0 point for AI, because what happened in the last 2 years is something, for example, very, very important, but in the meantime, if we look 5 years in advance, what can happen? Then this is the way that we needed to think that for now, nothing is established, but we needed to combine the efficiency of the system in one side and the regulation in the other one.
Fascinating.
If I may continue on Profumo. One of the things as well that struck me with the last one is the use of synthetic data, which so far, I've seen some examples, we've used it ourselves as well, but there aren't much research going on in that. And this links as well to the issue of, efficiencies, etc. Remember, one of the biggest problems we face in AI today is that AI is very data hungry. But it doesn't mean that all the applications, we can find all sorts of data. In fact, in some of them, for example, in our case, it was health. In health, we had very big problems to source amounts of data, huge amounts of data, to train the AI. And that is how we solved it. We solved it with synthetic data. But I think we're still at the beginning of exploring what synthetic data plus LLMs can do for us. So that, I think, was something that really fascinated me.
Ground zero, like Professor Profumo said. Okay, we've got a lot to get through. Let's go over to the next round of students. So with us in person, next we have Karina Hennefer, and hers is entitled AI to the Rescue.
Hi. Yes. So hello, everyone. My name is Karina Hennefer, and my capstone project was about interdepartmental communications. So a little bit of information about myself. I am located in Amsterdam, and I have around 14 plus years of experience in the software industry, mainly in product roles. And I always came across a challenge of misalignment between sales and product teams. And there is actually research to back this up. In Europe, only 24% of employees are satisfied with their interdepartmental cooperation, according to the Gallup survey. So can AI actually, in the kind of resurgence of AI technology, can it finally help us end the email and meeting overload and help sales and product teams communicate better? So what did my research actually do? So basically, I conducted a very large-scale survey among product professionals, and I asked them, what are your problems, what are your pains, what are you really struggling with? And I documented the pain points, and I created test scenarios for AI to do those tasks. And the tasks included basically summarizing emails, identifying gaps in like technical documentation, basically identifying conflicts between departments based on the meeting minutes, and a lot of different tasks. So the data was, different scenarios were involved. So I took 3 very popular AI models, and one of the models was actually enterprise-based models that was implemented in a specific company setting. And then I employed a 4th model to evaluate the performance of the other model. So basically, I fed this scenario to AI model, and I told the AI model, hey, like summarize this email for me. And then the output was used of the 4th AI model to kind of evaluate the outcome, to give it a certain grade and see who would actually do best in those ordinary everyday tasks that we all do every day in corporate environment. So in terms of the survey, and survey showed a lot of information, but the most important is that more meetings doesn't equal better communication. It's actually other way around. And a lot of responses say that basically response delays are biggest issue in the interdepartmental communication. And so-called AI competition actually showed that ChatGPT was the best in all of the tasks, especially summarization and goal alignment. Claude actually performed consistently and moderately. But actually, the model, the one that was enterprise-based and implemented in the company setting, that model performed the worst. So it actually performed the worst in almost every task, which kind of gives us idea that current AIs that are available in the market, the commercial ones, they do really well because they have resources and access to everywhere else. But once we bring it into enterprise corporate setting, the security, and it becomes kind of black box situation, and the AI models actually don't do that well in the enterprise settings. And why we should care about enterprise AI models or AI models in general, or this research in general, is that bad communication often leads to confusion, project delays, general frustration. And AI actually can make conversations better and communication smoother. And companies should be researching and investigating how to use AI tools better in the enterprise setting, because enterprise AI is a very small subset of AI field due to security and compliance and other setups. So what's next? I think the future here lies in researching how to use AI-driven chatbots more strategically, how to implement them with security in mind and compliance and general company standards. And also, I think the goal should be less pointless meetings and more action. Thank you so much, and thank you so much to all of the staff OPIT for making this program so amazing and letting us having such a great time. And congratulations, guys.
What's your step? Okay. Next joining us remotely, we have Angelo Varlotta, I believe, and his capstone was a study of low-code agentic applications for small and medium enterprises. Hi.
Hello, everyone. Okay. Okay. Does it work? Yes.
It's working.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
If we take too long, they might send the drum band back. So let's try and move it along.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Hello, everyone. My project was a study of low-code and no-code agentic application for small and medium enterprises. So what we basically did, we tried to stay. The study aims to address the current state of AI adoption in small and medium enterprises. So what we did, we built few chatbots, one powered by OpenAI, ChatGPT, and other frameworks and other agents, other chatbot powered by an open source LLM. We put this LLM into a multi-agent, into 4 different multi-agent frameworks, commercial ones, so things that can be available for small and medium enterprises. And in particular, we use the QAI, which is based on LangChain, Llama Index, and Autogen to do this comparison. I have to say that basically RLMs was the technique behind, again, was the RAG, retrieval augmented generations. This is the way it works. It allows to transforms PDFs and other documents into embeddings and store them into vector databases. Let's say that this is the way that LLM works to retrieve information, and it's pretty easy to build a web interface to let the user ask questions about the documents itself. Why we choose multi-agent frameworks? Because we want to compare no-code ChatGPT solution, ChatGPT, let's say, a no-code but proprietary solution to open source, to an open source LLM, which is Llama 3 in our case. And a multi-agent framework allows to handle the RAG technique, but also it can help to optimize the whole process, like it's shown in this diagram. I've used Autogen because it's one of the frameworks we use, and I like it. And in every steps, like there is a retrieval engine that gets the information, another one generates the answer, another one can optimize this answer. Autogen has also this interesting solution of the human feedback eventually. And also it allows, in one of these, in these examples, we also give the agent to elaborate follow-up questions. The aim of all this diagram, all this process is to optimize the answer. And this is also something that ChatGPT and nowadays DeepSeek, even if with different technique, are trying to do. DeepSeek in particular is doing reinforcement learning and gradient policies to do that. Anyway, we evaluated our results, and basically this study started last year, but it was already evident that open source model can be a good solution and a cheaper one. So while ChatGPT offers ease of use, presents some limitation for small and medium enterprises in terms of cost, customization, and also the potential vendor locked-in. So in contrast, an LLM that acts inside a multi-agent framework, or an LLM that has some rules to optimize the answer, even if it open source, can lead to good results, and also could save a small business money in terms of API costs. And that's it.
Thank you. Okay, and now our final presentation for this section, explaining insurance premium algorithms through SHAP-based approach, is Alberto Primerano. Hey.
Okay, long title. Hello, everyone. What my work was about is a common problem that probably everybody faced once in their lifetime. You are trying to buy an insurance. Oh, sorry. You're trying to buy an insurance. You fill a website or a document, and at some point, somebody come back with a premium, so the amount of money that you have to pay. And well, it happened to me, but maybe to anyone. Why am I paying this money? What's the rationale that makes my premium this amount? What can I do or can I change to have different price, to have a better price? It's not clear, and most of the time, this problem is for the insurance as well, because the calculation of premiums became very, very complicated over the years with AI and all the new technology. So what happened is that they don't even know why the premium is that much of money. Customer has the problem, insurance has the problem, regulators have the problem, because we need to, insurance company, I come from insurance background, that's why I say we, they need to show what's the reason behind their premium. They need to prove that the premiums are fair, they don't have bias and stuff like that. And this is becoming way more complicated over the years. So there is a big need. There is a need for transparency in this calculation and in this amount. So that's the idea where I started from. So what I try to do is to develop a framework, an entire framework that's starting from some data, so the data that I provide to my insurance and the premium, understand how this premium is calculated, but considering the calculation as a black box. So I used machine learning technology to basically understand the rationale that are behind the calculation, which is a black box. Then I applied SHAP. SHAP is, again, a bit of technical thing, but is a method to explain and to find out from a machine learning algorithm the key factors that sits behind the calculation. In very simple words, if I give you like my age, my sex, my location, SHAP can tell me, oh, based on the machine learning mechanism that mimics your premium, the age is the most important factor, or your sex, or whatever. So SHAP provides us a set of information and data, which are in the picture, in small, that give us a bit of understanding, visual understanding, but also numerical understanding of what is the key factors for the premium calculation, even if I don't know anything about the real algorithm behind. So that's my framework, what I try to implement. The final step is to provide all this information to a large language model, to a generative AI, to one of these new fancy technology, and create a report that explain in an easy word, in very simple words, what is happening behind the scenes. And this report can be generated for different stakeholders. And that's the nice thing about generative AI. They can implement whatever we want in a language that is very simple and very user-friendly. There are some key findings in my research. This is basically what I found during the study. There are some models, some algorithm that works better in mimicking the premium. Actually, I realized that this SHAP analysis, I proved that this SHAP analysis work efficiently in identifying influential risk factors. Another one, larger data set, improve accuracy. That's very obvious, but you never know in life. And basically, the meta model that I implemented reached an 88% accuracy in predicting what SHAP effectiveness of the results. So basically, I was able not only to say that SHAP is effective, but in measuring how SHAP is effective by simply testing an algorithm, which I actually knew was it, and figure out what was the result of SHAP. So I was able to say that there is 88% effectiveness in understanding what's going on behind the scenes, just to prove more the research. Impact and future work. So what this research impact customers, because obviously they can immediately find out what's going on behind the scene in their premium calculation. Regulators, because they can do this exercise by themselves, testing all insurances, all websites, all premiums, and understand, again, through a simple report, what's going on. They can understand bias. This insurance is charging more based on sex. Let's chase them. Let's figure out what's going on. And for insurers as well, because they can understand better their business, their premiums, and what they provide to their customers. Next step, obviously, my thesis was made in vitro. I would say it was algorithms that, well, one was not really, but was real, but the other one were algorithms that I built for this thesis. So what I think would be interesting is to use real data, which are freely achievable through aggregators or stuff like that. So that's the next step for the future. Maybe somebody will take it over. Who knows? If you have, if you're interested, just let me know. I'll be happy. That's it. Thank you very much.
Oh, great. Okay. All right. So all these three presentations, they hit, I think, at the heart of what OPIT is about, right? Because OPIT is about bridging the gap between classroom learning and real-world, real-life application. We're trying to make graduates that are workforce ready, right? And these three applications, these three capstone projects were all, in their own way, about solving real-world, real-life problems, right?
All right. Okay. Yes. So no, I particularly enjoyed these three projects because they're the applicative side of AI, and you know, sometimes we look at AI as something theoretical up in the air, no? But these projects are actually tangible projects that touch real applications. I also like them because, unfortunately, even when it comes from the enterprise businesses, you know, sometimes they think that AI is some magic powder. I call it pixie dust that you sprinkle on projects and they become magical. It doesn't work like that. And these projects show that, you know, you need effort, you need work, and you need to know what you're doing. And this leads me to the next point. I will particularly comment on the last project. I'll comment on that because 25 years ago, in a previous life of mine, when I was starting my career, I actually used to write insurance software. So I have a soft spot for insurance software. No. It's nice. But I really enjoyed that project because it's a mix between what we would consider traditional AI and generative AI. And, you know, that is the correct way of doing things. One of the things that really bothers me today, and I see it with my students as well, is that when they have a problem, they get generative AI, they throw it to the problem and hope for a solution. They might get a solution, doesn't mean it's the right solution, it will suffer from hallucinations and lots of other problems, but you know, it's not the correct way of doing it. In fact, I like to say that it's as if you have a nail, no, you want to put the nail in the wall, and instead of using a hammer, use a jackhammer. All right, you would still put it in the wall, but it's not the correct way of doing it. And what I particularly liked about that thesis is that there's the first part which deals more with the traditional kind of AI, which, as we know, it's much more reliable and will give you very, very good results. And then, of course, when it comes to the interfacing with the human, the explanation, etc., then, of course, there's generative AI that can do much better job than others. So I think it is commendable that, you know, OPIT is teaching the student not just how to apply AI, but how to apply it properly, as it should be.
It's really very interesting that the three students, they present three separate projects, but all the three projects, they are real first, and they have been put in the position that they could go inside the project. And this is one of the key points for OPIT, in the sense that you have one combination of three, we can say, three capabilities. Academics first, this means for the more theoretical part, people coming from companies. This means people that they have the possibility just to use AI practically. And third one is related to the society. That could be very important. Because, you know, we are just in the beginning of this process, and we needed to be really aware that the new culture for artificial intelligence is not something that is outside of the society. We know that there are many people that are afraid related to this point, and we need first then become a great technology person, to be person that are able to just transfer this culture of artificial intelligence to others. This is a point that is not easy, but this has happened also in the past several times when we had some breakthrough, and it's for a school, we can say almost mandatory to do like this, because these people tomorrow they will start to work, or they already work, and they are becoming what we can say the ambassador, but they have to be ambassador with a real capability in order to understand what they can do and what they cannot do. Then I have the feeling that the path that was started by OPIT with this kind of a design is the right one. And we need more and more institutions like OPIT in order to just give this kind of feedback to the society, and to use the AI as a tool for the better life and not a tool against the life. Thank you.
Okay, I think now we have our last section. It's been a long afternoon. First, we have Mark Pilon and his application of artificial intelligence in the area of anti-money laundering. Hey, Mark.
Hello. All right. Thanks, everyone. Good afternoon. For those that don't know me, my name is Mark Pilon, and the project that I worked on was artificial intelligence in anti-money laundering. If we go to the next slide. So the company that I worked with is Buffetti. I'm sure all the Italians are very familiar with Buffetti, but for those that don't know, Buffetti is a financial intermediary, and they deal with a lot of government payment processes, point of sale processes. And because of that, they are under the regulation of the Bank of Italy, the ECB, etc. Next slide, please. And with that, of course, they have to have a anti-money laundering process. Now, I'm not going to, read you all the steps and things here that I wanted to do, but in a nutshell, they essentially were doing a lot of their anti-money laundering processes manually using Excel, and so it was very time-consuming. And of course, their data was growing at the same time, so they're kind of hitting some of their limits in terms of that regard. So of course, my idea is to come in, be the Superman, and kind of create an amazing dashboard, automate everything. We're going to put everything on Power BI, all these things. And I had some very interesting, I guess, stumbling blocks and just some very interesting discoveries too, as well. Next slide, please. So for the most part, of course, I was able to accomplish some of my goals that I was able to get. And then at the same time, I wasn't able to do some of the things. And a lot of this had to do with a lot of the complexity of the data, which I'm sure a lot of people are dealing with when they're working with AI, machine learning models, and these sorts of things. However, I was able to really verify a lot of the what a lot of the abstracts were also stating was that the traditional way of doing the anti-money laundering is really ineffective. As an example, one of the hard rules in the traditional sense was there was a limit of like €1,000 being transferred, and my model was able to identify a lot of transactions that were just under that threshold. So we saw a lot of like €999 transactions happening, and very frequent places. So it very quickly identified some of these circumventions of the traditional rules. Another stumbling block that I came across was the explainable AI in machine learning. And particularly this, I found this quite challenging because I guess for us working with a lot of the models very frequently, discussing them, sharing them, and these sorts of things, they become very familiar with us. However, to a lot of the stakeholders, to them, it's just a black box. It's doing some type of magic, and they're curious. They want to know why. And so I found that I really had to really hone down these skills and really be able to explain them very, very well, very clearly, so that everyone that's a stakeholder is fully on board with the implementation of it, because there is some hesitation to just implementing a type of black box solution with that. Another thing that me personally, in terms of my path of moving forward with just this learning curve and working with AI and everything, that the cloud is paramount. To me, it's the playground of where AI is working and living. And I've taken on myself for the last, I guess, 3 to 6 months to really hone down my skills in cloud infrastructure. And this was really, really important in terms of applying the project and moving forward for other projects as well. And then probably with the most interesting realization I came with is the insights I had with the regulation. Now, in this particular case, of course, everyone knows with machine learning AI, you have some predictive ability to be able to determine some of the outcomes with certain data. And with that, unfortunately, the regulators don't share who the, I guess, so-called the bad guys are in that case. So I'm working with unlabeled data, and so the best that we can do is really we're guessing at what we can try to determine of what is strange. Okay, so the model that I was using and created is we're just identifying what is strange. How can we, and then investigate further from those anomalies, anything that I've labeled as an anomaly. So in that sense, from I guess from a game theory perspective, I kind of identified that we have a bit of a Nash equilibrium when it comes to the regulatory body in terms of anti-money laundering in that regard. So I, of course, advocate the sharing more knowledge and trying to eliminate the lack of information being shared in that regard. And so there's could be some further study as well in that domain specifically. So that's essentially the essence of my report. I'd like to thank OPIT, of course, and Buffetti. It was a really, really good experience for me to do that. And if anyone wants any more information, of course, you can find me at markpilon.com. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mark. Okay, our last in-person presentation is Irene Maria Monomeci, and hers is on AI-powered framework for artwork recognition and storytelling.
Good afternoon. I will try to talk in this way. My project thesis is titled Call Me Vasari, an AI-powered framework for artwork recognition and storytelling. I know this name is a strange one, but it was with a tribute of Giorgio Vasari, that who is the first Italian writer about Italian Renaissance artists. This project merged my two greatest passions, that is technology and art. The man in the bottom is Vasari, and in the left side of this slide, there are two plays that inspire me for this travel into the reign of art and technology. It's a travel because, like Vasari tell us some stories about artists that we don't know without his words, AI wants to give us the access to some artworks that we don't know, or we know, but not deep like we want to know. For this, I start with this question, that is, how can machine learning be used to improve classification and generate descriptive, stylistic accurate attribution for artworks, enhancing accessibility to art interpretation. To do my goals are make more accessible the art interpretation, give more opportunity to enhance storytelling in museum and online collection for a more engaging visitor experience, and I think that for me is very important, connect past history with the present to create new perspectives for the future. The algorithm, a little bit something technical, that is 3-step. The first one, I use the ResNet 18 model to generate a map and predict artist and style. Then, for generate the description, I use GPT Neo and some clear CLIP model, because I would like to improve the narratives, because sometimes what we generate is not so correct, or what I would like to show to the user. For this, using more models together, you can achieve a better result. In fact, I would like to show you the step and a prototype of this algorithm that I public in Gradio app, and you can use if you want to try. And the user have to put or draw, make a picture of your paint, and the algorithm give the description of the painting. Of course, this release is only for painting artworks. In the future, we would like to expand this algorithm to sculpture, buildings, and every form of art. And I would like to show you other two examples. One of this painting and is description on the left side, and this. I think it's interesting to show this picture because, of course, it's not a painting, a real painting, is a DALL-E generated image, but the algorithm understands what kind of style I put to DALL-E to generate this image, and say almost what is the style and the attribution of the artist. The future direction, as I said before, I would like to improve the multimedia integration to understand what is the real painting and what is generated, to expand the algorithm to other art form, and do a user-centered customization. What means with this sentence? It means that when you want to approach with the art, maybe you don't want to know all of the information that you have about this painting. You want a small version. You want a very deep version of the description. And I would like to change this visualization in based on what type of user wants to approach with the art, and then create a web app like the prototype of the left of the slide. I would like to finish with this sentence. Art is not only about what we see, but what it makes us feel. AI can amplify this connection by making art more accessible and engaging for everyone. That is why, because, you know, art, it was always in our history the means to understand the society. If we want to continue with this good practice, we have to include in the art AI and don't scare about it. Thanks.
Thank you, Irene. Okay, our final capstone presentation is a video recording by Miroslav Nikolic.
So I guess good afternoon to everyone. I am so sorry for not attending the ceremony, but it's the case. I'm in the United States and I couldn't book the flight. However, I would like just to celebrate with you in this way. So thank you very much to the Open Institute of Technology for providing the opportunity for someone of my experience and age to complete the master's degree and to learn a lot. Thanks to the whole teaching staff and also to the whole of people who helped out with the processes and everything to go smoothly. So when it comes to my thesis, I worked with Professor Casale and the committee members, Professor Katsikouli and also Professor Levy, to develop the fraud detection algorithm for the company that I worked for. So basically, the case was that we faced increasing frequency of fraudulent transactions in the billing software. It's something that damages a lot of companies nowadays, and it is very important to have an automated solution to deal with this, but also to provide some well-calibrated, well-explainable, and strong predictive power solution. It could sound like the oxymoron, right? But basically, that's something that we worked for. Those solutions are very important to be well-calibrated and ethical in the decision-making. So we developed a lot of novelty detection and tested some binary classification algorithms, and we ended up with the famous solution for tackling those kinds of tabular problems, extreme gradient boosting, right? So also we calibrated the algorithm, which helped us with the probability predictions, and also it shrunk the ethical bias in the algorithm. So the best thing about this is that 6 months later, the company is still using the algorithm. So we had some sharp decline in the mid-December, but basically retraining of the model helped out, and it's a useful solution nowadays as well for the company. So yes, again, I would just like to express my gratitude to everyone who helped out with the process and for us to feel comfortable with everything that was included in the process. Also, I would just like to cherish new friendships that I gained through the process, and hopefully it will just grow in the following years. So yes, thank you, OPIT, so much for the opportunity, and cheers.
Okay, to our experts, I guess, I'd like to invite you to just give your closing thoughts on this. This last group of capstone projects, we saw really the broad spectrum application from art to money laundering, and we also saw in practice, the real-world application, 6 months later, it's still being used. So just your closing thoughts.
All right. So I think this last group showed that these projects are pushing boundaries, not just creating AI projects. And I say this because I have a lot of interaction with companies. And sometimes one of my biggest frustrations is that I know that there are so many solutions, but they are not actually implemented for various reasons. Now, one of them, the first one and also the last one, for example, anti-money laundering and fraud detection, one of the biggest issues which I still see is, for example, the regulators. So in highly regulated industries, for example, banking, now the regulators are still very wary of adopting AI solution because they do not understand AI and they do not trust AI. So I think it's very important that we have these kind of theses because we can push the boundaries further. The second thesis about the art, I particularly liked it because I think it touches the person per se. No, it happens to me, and I think it happens to everyone. I remember once I went to Tate Modern in London. I enjoyed the pieces, but I have to be honest, they didn't give me much, that message. And I think sometimes having an intermediary that can get that piece of art and help me to understand it better, especially in relation to my own personal experience. a navigation tool, but very personal. I think that is something which would be really nice, and we can reach much more people through the arts. So my final comments is well done to everyone. I think we've seen a big range of projects. They touch from you know, innovative projects to pushing boundaries, etc. And looking forward to, of course, seeing much more of these projects. Well done.
Yeah, this last group of projects has been very, very interesting. And I was thinking that one institution like OPIT, in which way can be always on the frontier of application. This is a key point, because this movement of artificial intelligence is so fast that if you don't have the capability inside the school to stimulate the student related to the frontier, you lose one capability. Then we needed to discuss about this, but maybe we needed to have a kind of a scientific advisor in the school that is able just to address some of the topic that the professor, they can implement it, but sometimes they don't have all the expertise in order to understand what is the limit. What Alexei was saying is something really important from this point of view. Then I think we needed to spend some time to understand in which way we can really align one institution like OPIT, not just as one we can call standard university, where most of the knowledge is already well established. In this case, is something that is in completely different direction, in the sense that we are, as I said before, really in the beginning, and we needed to have people. This means a professor or some in addition to the professor that can give the vision where we needed to go, because we need really to have the possibility to teach to the students something that today could be on the boundary and in the future could be in the middle of the way. Then this is really a critical point. This is not the only case for OPIT, but more in general, what is related to the education of the frontier.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of the graduation ceremony. I'd like to ask the students to remain in here because we'd like to take a group photo together, and everyone else, we can go and have a well-deserved drink, I think.